two types of break-even trader. The first one is very common. I see this type of trader all the time. I used to be this type of trader. And what happens with this type of break-even trader is they fail over and over and over again. There's a second type of break-even trader. This trader succeeds and achieves their trading goals. So what is the difference and why is it so important? So the first type of trader, the first type of break-even trader, this trader does the same thing over and over again. They have their trading plan and sometimes they trade effectively. But what also happens is they'll be in a trade and let's say greed overtakes them. Their trade reaches their profit target, but they decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold on to this for a better risk reward level. And then the trade turns around and it comes back down toward their stop level. Or something else might happen. Maybe they get into a trade and straight away the trade moves against them, down toward their stop level. Sometimes they just get stopped out, but other times they take their stop away or they move their stop further down or further up, depending on if they are buying or selling. The trade continues to move against them. They start to panic. It moves further against them. Now they're really starting to get worried. Now their trading account is really starting to see some damage. But this type of trader is a break-even trader. So what they do is they say, okay, I've made a mistake here, but I can't really afford to come out of this trade and take the loss. Maybe they're risking too high, or maybe they've just let this trade move against them too much. So what do they say? I'll wait until the market gets back to break even and then I'll come out of the trade. They do this over and over and over again. Sometimes it works. Sometimes the market flips back around, it comes back up, and they exit at break even. Sometimes it'll get to break even and they'll say, okay, actually I'm going to stay in this trade because it's going to get to profits. And then it comes back against them once again. It's kind of like a vicious circle and it happens over and over again. I used to do this when I was learning how to trade. If you're new to trading, or if you're still on a demo account, maybe you've not experienced this before. If you've been trading for any length of time on a live account, I can almost guarantee that you've done this at least once. Why is this such a problem? It's such a problem because, yeah, lots of times it will come back up and you'll be able to get out at break even. But other times, the market is just going to keep plummeting. And eventually you're going to have to take a loss. And all that's happening by being that break-even trader is you are increasing your loss size. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You're basically digging yourself a hole and it's getting harder and harder to find a way out of this hole. The most important thing for this type of trader, because they fail over and over and over again, and what happens is they blow their accounts in one or two trades by using this break-even method. It's very important, first of all, to have your stop loss in place and always allow your stop loss to take you out of the trade because that is your risk level. Before you get into the trade, that is telling you when you need to come out to have a loss that is basically manageable. That's part of your trading plan. It doesn't matter if you make the mistake of it goes into profit and then comes back down and you get really frustrated because you can move on from that if you're not trying to be that break-even trader. I see it over and over again. This type of person continues to fail. I used to do it all the time. Now, the second type of break-even trader is the trader who succeeds. They understand when they come to trading that it's about following a process. It's not about being able to sit down at the chart and be some sort of clairvoyant. You know, you can understand exactly what the chart's going to do. You're just going to take every trade and you're just going to smash into profit with every trade. They understand that they have to learn the charts. And they understand even when they are trading effectively, they're going to have losses. They understand that trading is extremely difficult and has a very high failure rate. So this type of break-even trader sits down at the charts and instead of looking at it in terms of, I want to make this much money this week, or I want to have this many pips by the end of the month, they sit down at the chart and they say, if I can get to the end of the month at break-even, I will be happy. Now, what does that type of break-even trading do? It removes all of the stress from your shoulders. It removes all of your self-expectations of what you're going to achieve through the month. It allows you to have losses. Because when you have losses, you know it doesn't really matter. You're just trying to sort of follow the process, you're just trying to trade effectively, and you're just trying to learn. That is how I now sit down at the charts every time when I'm trading. If I can get to the end of the month and be break even, I will be happy. And what tends to happen is as you start to trade like that, because the pressure has been taken off of you, you start to trade more effectively. You start to manage your trades properly. And you start to creep yourself into profitability. Now, one of the worst things you can do as a trader is focus on the individual trade, which is what the previous break-even trader is doing. It's also very detrimental to your trading if you start focusing on the money. I was in £100 of profit, but now it's all the way back down at my break-even. I don't want to come out now. I had that £100. You didn't have any money. Until you close out that trade, it is not your money. It's all theoretical. So what you need to do instead is focus on your trading plan. And you want to focus on just being break-even, just trading effectively. Take the pressure off yourself. I can assure you, if you start to become the second type of break-even trader and you start to press away those bad habits of the first break-even trader, you will start to trade more effectively and hopefully you will start to get closer to your trading goals. Okay guys, so that's everything for today. Just a quick video. I really wanted to touch on something that I see very, very regularly among traders. As always, I hope that was helpful. I'm James Orr and thank you.